Hey guys, Dion Taylor here. Well, it's April, and that means that the 2021 Release Wave 1 production deployments have started. The features that will become generally available this month might not have been installed on your production environments as of yet, because this actually happens on a schedule and depends on your tenant's location. If you turned on the early release for 2021 Release Wave 1 in your sandbox, then you'll notice that some of the new features that weren't available in early access are now accessible in the app. A few of those features, not all of them, however, have to do with the simplified setup of frontline workers, work orders, etc. And that is exactly what I'm going to be discussing in this particular video. Let's take a look. So this is a sandbox environment that back in February, I turned this on for early access. And obviously you guys know that not all of the features of a release wave are usually included in early access. So when I went in here the other day, I noticed this new item, I want to say almost, that you see here, this get started item here under my work on the sitemap. And when you click on that, you'll notice that that takes you to this new page, right? You see up top the banner there, welcome to field service. And then you see the button there to take a guided tour, which when you click on that, that just takes you to a connected field service guided tour. And then you can kind of drill through, right, some of these scenarios here. And you can see here, you can click on any of these tours as well. And then I can also go ahead and watch a video, and this just takes me to a YouTube video regarding Dynamics 365. Now, when we look here in the middle, we can see all of these different options, right? Set up your frontline workers, create your accounts, create your work orders, and schedule your work orders. So this page is really intended to manage some of those field service setups in the system. And by putting that on this one page, there's this one place that you can go to, right? I don't have to navigate all over Dynamics 365 field service. I can do some of these items directly from this page. So let's start with the setup your frontline workers, right? First of all, I want to explain what those are. So frontline workers are bookable resources in the application, but they are only bookable resources that have the resource type of user. So you can only set up those types of bookable resources in Dynamics 365. You can see here there is a view all button, and that just takes you to the frontline workers view, which is basically all of my resources with a resource type of user, right? And then I can obviously just go ahead and go back. Now, when I'm ready to actually set up one or multiple frontline workers, as they call it, I can just go ahead and click here, set up. And what you can do here is you can select a user in Dynamics 365. I'm probably going to get an error, but the nice thing is that you can actually select multiple folks in here. So you can do multiple, you can create these multiple frontline workers or resources at the same time. And then you can add properties. So you can add these characteristics. So let's say they have an AR12 certification and they have building 12 access, right? So you can select, again, in those lookups as well, multiple values. Territories, let's say they're in the East Territory and the New York territory, right? Again, I have two over here. Then you can set a time zone for both of those resources. Then you can select security roles, again, right? Allowing me to add additional security roles here as well. A field security profile, right? Again, you can add multiple. I only have this one in here. And then unfortunately, only one mobile offline profile. So if you have multiple ones, right, you can see you have to select one or none, obviously. And what you can also do is send this email to those users where they would have a link to download the field service mobile application. So then I can just go ahead and save and close. And that basically what happens then is it's just going to take me back through that page and it's going to create those resources for those users. Now, the other thing that I found was that if you're actually adding users here that already have a resource record set up, and then you add those characteristics, territories, etc., it's actually going to update that existing resource record, which, I thought was really, really cool, because that allows us to very quickly to basically multi-assign or multi-update or mass update, I should say, all of these resource records. So that's kind of how that works. Then you also have the ability to create service accounts, and this really doesn't do a lot. View all takes you to an accounts view, and if you click here on create, that's just going to bring up the quick create account form. So it's really not doing a lot, right? I really myself wanted this probably to be more of a quick way to import accounts or something like that, right? Because if you still have to use that form, then in my opinion, it's probably still going to take a lot of time, right, to add those accounts to the system. Now let's take a look to see what this create your work orders option is. Again, if you click here on view all, that's just going to take us to a view of work orders. Let's go back here. But if we click here on create, this is going to be very interesting. So this will load a new form, as you can see, and this is going to allow us to also add work order tasks, work order products, and work order services directly to this work order. I don't have to save it first. I can just go ahead and fill out this form, and then that work order with those tasks, products, and services will be created for me. So let's go ahead and just grab one of those services accounts. I'm going to say New England Development. Now, if this particular account has that tax exempt field set to no, then you're also going to be able to set your sales tax in here. So let me see here. I think this one. Oh, maybe not. Let's see here. Adventure Works Electronics. I'm going to pick an installation. And you can see here that now my sales tax code field is now showing up because of that setting on that account form. Okay, so I can put a summary in here, alarm system install. You can put your sales tax code in here. I can put my price list in here. And then without the need for me to save this record first, I can just start to put in my tasks. And I love how they did this. So I'm going to say this is going to be an arrival check-in. And then I need to do the actual install. And then I need to get my customer signature. And that's it. And then you can add some products here as well. So this is going to be my alarm system. And you just need to put in a quantity over here. And then some services as well. And this is going to be my hourly service fee. And let's say that that's going to be 2 hours. Who cares? It should be 1 hour and 15 minutes or 45 minutes, but whatever. Right? So you can see here that I have my related tasks, my products, and my services. And once I'm done, there's two different things that I can do. I can either go and hit save and close, and that will just create that work order for me and then go back to this screen that we saw earlier. Or I can click on save and book, and that will also create the work order, but then also it will allow me to book that work order as well by using the QuickBook feature. So let me just go ahead and click on this. So first it's saving my work order. And as you can see, now it's actually running that QuickBook logic. So I'm just going to give it a second here. So you got to make sure that you have that turned on, obviously, right? That functionality. So now I can just go ahead and say, okay, I want to do it between this particular time frame. I can pick one, right? And I can just go ahead and book that work order directly from within here. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that. So I love that. I think that's going to make it very, very streamlined and easy for people to very quickly create these work orders kind of ad hoc. You did, however, see that I was not able to tie this to a customer asset or to select a primary incident type. And then I kind of went into the back end and I was actually able to locate the form. The form is called Work Order Create, and it is a main form, which means that we can just configure the form, add fields to it, etc. And then one more thing, this schedule your work orders. This is also not really doing anything. As soon as I click this, this is just going to take me to the schedule board in Dynamics 365 field service. And then, right, just like we're used to, now I can just start to schedule these work orders by using the scheduling assistant or by dragging and dropping these work orders on the schedule board. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss another video again. Thanks again. Have a great day, guys.